Glasses of milk for everyone all around afterwards, I think, and you should be milking every moment, and that's what we're going to introduce. Milk Every Moment, a new campaign to help students understand the benefit of milk on their sporting performance, an affordable, natural, versatile and widely available choice after exercise. Milk provides a whole host of nutrients, vitamins and minerals to help fuel your workouts, a great option if you are on a budget.
What's your favourite recipe to make using milk?
Mac and cheese. I was going to go with strawberry milk. Pancakes.
Yeah, nice.
With that in mind, let's talk about milk and BUCS being proud to promote the Milk Every Moment campaign.
Milk provides high quality protein which helps support muscle growth and repair, and B vitamins to assist with energy release. A glass of milk is great for refueling and repairing those tired muscles after a physical match.
Good afternoon and welcome to Ponds Forge. It's day 2, finals day of the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2024, part of the BUCS Swimming Series. Jonathan Bell and Ewan Dunlop alongside me talking you through tonight's action here from the Steel City of Sheffield at Ponds Forge. And we've got a cracking night ahead.
Lane 5, representing Loughborough, Charlie Hutchison. In lane 6, representing Stirling, David Annis. In lane 7, representing Stirling, Angus Allison. In lane 8, representing Bath, Isaac Dodds. And in lane 9, representing Swansea, Charles Kershaw. This is the open male 400 metres individual medley, fastest heat.
So the first race of the night is the men's 400 metre IM. And in this one, we have the reigning long course world champion, silver medalist, Max Litchfield in lane 4. And the 2023 British champion at this event, Charlie Hutchison. Both of Loughborough down, both in the heart of the pool. And Ewan Dunlop, if tonight's anything like last night, we're in for a treat.
Absolutely, it was utterly brilliant in the open male and the female competition. Another combination this afternoon and into this evening as well, going through till about 6:30 approximately. So 2 hours of some of the best swimming you'll see in the UK this year. We don't exaggerate when we say world champions, Olympic champions, gold medalists, European champs, Commonwealth champs, everybody in the pool this evening. It is an absolute pleasure to get up here, the back seats, fantastic view. 1,000 or so in the venue as well. You will hear the noise later on, particularly for those. We always end with the relays on these evenings. They are the star of the show, but we will see some incredible performances again. Already 2 BUCS records today in the para competition. I've marked a couple on my card here that I think could go tonight. But with the quality in the water, they could absolutely go anywhere.
It's a strong first leg then from the 2 favourites for this one. Litchfield in lane 4 and Hutchison in lane 5, separated by the best part of 6 seconds in qualification for this event. But as we saw earlier in day 2, plenty of the entry times counted for very little over the course of the heats, in which in this event there have been 3 heats already, this the 4th of them, and each of the athletes in the event only getting to swim this 400 IM once. It's all about the best time that they can give to give them the best possible opportunity to be as high in the standings as possible.
The heat times can sometimes be a little bit deceptive, or the qualifying times on this occasion, because, you know, when you're under the lights, under the cameras, things can change, medals on the line, particularly in the... Now, we must point out this is a heat declared winner event, fastest heat, okay, so they haven't qualified for this final. It's the fastest 10 get in on their qualifying time. So theoretically, you could get a medal from heat 1, 2, 3 we've already seen earlier. But these guys and girls coming up are considerably faster. It's a rarity, especially when you've got the likes of Litchfield and Hutchinson, these kind of guys and girls in the water.
Yeah, and absolutely nothing given between the two of them at the moment, as we look for the shake-up in the rest of the pool as well. Lane 2, that's Imperial's Edward Markel Whittles, and also just looking at who's approaching the wall on the near side there, Charles Kershaw of Swansea. These going from lanes 0 to 9 from the top of your screen to the bottom, but it's in the central 2 lanes, and the key tussle for the fastest time here between the Loughborough pair, Max Litchfield in lane 4, Charlie Hutchinson in lane 5. There's 7 years in the age gap between the two of them, but at the moment in the pool going on to the final leg, it's an absolute smidgen, half a second, and that's about it.
Now, the individual medley 400 for the guys, the record is held by Duncan Scott of Stirling in 2019, is a 4:06. However, Litchfield's qualifying time, 4 minutes. We could see our first record of the evening broken in the first race.
Yep, and it might not be Litchfield, it could be Charlie Hutchinson if he keeps going at this pace as well. Every single leg so far, there's been hardly anything in it between these two. It's a really good turn there for the final 100 by Charlie Hutchinson. How much can he give over the course of these final 25 metres as they turn for home now? And it's almost synchronised swimming between the two Loughborough students coming in, battling hammer and tongs. Litchfield in lane 4, Hutchinson in lane 5. They come to the wall. It's Hutchinson that edges it by 100th of a second. What an end to the night, and what relief for Charlie Hutchinson, who slaps the water with delight. And we have to wait for verification, but that could be the first BUCS record tumbling of the evening.
Yeah, he's gone from 2019. Duncan Scott of Stirling, it's been broken by 7/100th of a second. What a teammate battle between these two. What a way to start the show. And as you say, wait for confirmation. Looks like a BUCS record to kick off the evening.
And we see the scoreboard for those final times. It is indeed Hutchinson with the new BUCS record. Litchfield would have been enough to get it, but he's been edged out by his Loughborough teammate in a rip-roaring start to the evening session on day 2. Edward Marshall Whittles of Imperial getting the 3rd fastest time in that final heat, and what a heat.
In fact, they both broke the BUCS record. You won't see that too often. First time it's been broken in 5 years, but 100th between them. That sets us up nicely for the entire evening session. Coming up next, it is going to be the female 400 IM with Freya Colbert, who won gold last night in the 200 back. Potentially another BUCS record up for grabs, because her qualifying time into this race is quicker again than the current BUCS record, held since 2015 by none other than Amy Wilmot.
In lane 0, representing Bath, Louise Bressler. In lane 1, representing East Anglia, Ruby Wheeler. In lane 3, representing Plymouth, Beatrice Varley. In lane 4, representing Loughborough, Freya Colbert. In lane 5, representing Loughborough, Lily Booker. In lane 6, representing Stirling, Michaela Glenister. In lane 7, representing Bath, Anna Farrow. In lane 8, representing Swansea, Laura Sharp. And in lane 9, representing Manchester, Eloise Rathbone-Jones. This is the female 400 metre individual medley fastest heat.
Well, let's do it all over again. And we have once more some incredible swimmers, notably in 4, Freya Colbert representing Loughborough alongside Lily Booker, her teammate. Now, Freya Colbert comes in with a 4:29.04, that is quicker than the BUCS record, which has been held since 2015 by Amy Wilmot, Commonwealth Games gold medalist. I think we've potentially got back-to-back BUCS records here, but let's wait and see. We know she's capable of it, but you've got to do it when the occasion comes round. Now, Freya Colbert is the world champion in this, so if anybody's going to do it, it's likely to be her. European champion in the 4x200 in 2022 in Rome, in Doha this year. She also got silver in the 4x2. And then we look at Lily Booker, her biggest competition in this race. Lily Booker is the Scottish 400 IM short course champion. She knows exactly what she's doing as well. So second heat in a row, we have Loughborough down the centre, looking to do the double at the top of the podium. Outside the Michaela Glenister for Stirling and Beatrice Varley for Plymouth. They'll be doing everything they possibly can to hang on to their coattails as they progress through in towards the second leg.
And Freya Colbert coming into tonight as well with a bit of momentum after breaking the BUCS record last night here in Sheffield in the 200 free. So we know how strong she is over the first 3 legs of this event, but certainly she'll have plenty in the locker going into the final 100 metres as well. This very different start to the beginning of the men's race, where right from the off it was Litchfield and Hutchinson, hammer and tongs down the centre. This one a bit more spread out, but it looks to me that after Colbert's strong start and Booker not far behind her, it is Beatrice Varley in lane 3, just slightly nearer to us, to the golden lanes, who is maybe the one applying a little bit of pressure. But no doubt about it, it's Freya Colbert who's got things going her own way so far.
Absolutely, as anticipated. She has a fairly comfortable lead. She'll be very conscious of that as well. I'm impressed so far with Beatrice Varley at Plymouth, ahead of Lily Booker, the two trying to split the 2 Loughborough teammates. And even at this early stage, approaching halfway, she will not absolutely give up hope of catching the likes of Freya Colbert. She's going to be a few seconds down, 2:11 at the halfway mark. So it's only 3.4 seconds or so. Lily Booker, 3/4 again behind, and Anna Farrow and McKenna Glenister, they're the ones with a bit of work to do, because we are getting a breakaway of 3 now. A race of 3 at the front. Then in 6 and 7, Glenister and Farrow, looks like they might be battling out for 4th and 5th places off the podium. And there's been no change. The breaststroke is generally on the medleys where you can see a massive switch up. That has not been the case at all. If anything, as you can see, Lily Booker just coming back to take 2nd place away from Beatrice Varley. And they'll move on to the second half of the breaststroke. And I think you might see Lily Booker just, she's really on the heels of Freya Colbert. That gap is closed right now. But we know how good Freya Colbert is on the freestyle. That is going to be a kicker right there. That's going to be a 6th gear, turn on the nitro. So she's letting, well not letting, Lily Booker is closing in. She's going to be almost alongside as we approach the final 100. But I anticipate you'll see Freya Colbert kick on and move towards not only a win potentially, but also that BUCS record. 4:31.77 is the time we're looking at.
Yeah, fascinating 3rd quarter to this IM. You look at Lily Booker, she's certainly got the speciality with the breaststroke. She'll be in that 100-metre breaststroke final later on tonight. 1:07 was the time that she got in the heats earlier over that discipline, and she really tightened that gap there. Certainly now it looks as though the battle for the front 2 is going to be exclusively between Colbert and Booker, with Varley anchoring onto third spot, and it's going to be very difficult for anyone to close that down, but Freya Colbert beginning to reopen that advantage again now.
Yeah, the hot favourite from the off, and she's led throughout entirely. It got a little bit uncomfortable. What we're looking at now, I don't think we're going to hit 4:31.77. It's going to be a little bit tight now. You won't come back in 11 seconds, but it's been an absolutely commanding win. It's going to be a second BUCS gold of the Short Course 2024 Championship, and a great start to her Saturday. And she will touch home in 4:35.51. Once again, Freya Colbert, a BUCS champion. Lily Booker will pick up silver, 4:38.59, and Beatrice Varley, an admirable performance for the Plymouth swimmer, 4:39.99.
And did she enjoy that there, Freya Colbert, the current world champion, and BUCS gold as well. Any victory in a competitive environment does mean the world. Great respect between the front three there in the middle of the pool at the end of that one. All smiles and all gold for Freya Colbert.
Up next, we will go back to the men's. There's the official confirmation, by the way, no changes at all. It's the 100-metre freestyle, and now from here on, until we tell you otherwise, it is B final ahead of A medal final. So in the races we're about to see, first up, not racing for medals, these are the 11th to 20th fastest qualifiers from this morning. And these are qualifiers from the heats earlier today. It's just the 400 IMs where they came straight into the fastest heats. They are going to make their way to the starting blocks. And we're looking at 49, 50 seconds, that kind of number. In fact, between the fastest qualifier in the A final and the slowest qualifier in the B final, it's only 2.1 seconds. It's the slimmest of margins in these 100 frees. Taking part from lane 0, George Snow for Bath, Fabian Brudnicki for Surrey, Finley Clubb for Edinburgh, Caleb Fox-Jones for Bath, Rory McKinnon for Strathclyde, Bruno Kempster Edinburgh, Arvi Singh Shayal Stirling, Matty Rooney for Leeds Beckett, Liam Dawson for Sheffield Hallam, and Tom Exall for Loughborough.
Great atmosphere in Ponds Forge tonight.
I was about to say exactly the same thing. The noise just picked up there, didn't it? We're into this now. They got their voices, they're warmed up.
Saturday night in the Steel City. And the swimming here in the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships about to go up another notch. And no medals on the line for this one, but there's plenty of pride and plenty of times to go out as well. They've got the 3 Scottish members of that university contingent there. Rory McKinnon in 4, Bruno Kempster in 5, and Arvind Singh Shahal representing Strathclyde, Edinburgh and Stirling respectively. And as Ewan referred to, barest of margins separating those, little more than 1500ths of a second or so, but actually in the early stage of this one, it's lane 7 and Matthew Rooney of Leeds Beckett, who was just a shred over 50 seconds earlier in the qualifications. He's the one who had his nose in front going into that final turn, but Rory McKinnon has come roaring back, and he was one of 2 to go sub 50 out of these 10 earlier on today. He's going to need that to win it here, and he's gone even quicker to claim the B final. Strathclyde's Rory McKinnon first into the wall. Arvind Singh Shahal second quickest. It did require sub 50 for all the top 5 spots. Finley Clubb of Edinburgh touching in 3rd, and in the end it is the Scottish University trio that come out on top. Confirmation of those times on the screen. It was a quick B final, and that just increases the anticipation ahead of the prospective medalists coming up now in the men's 100 free A final.
Next event, the open male 100 meter freestyle final. In lane 0, representing Edinburgh, Tom Carswell. In lane 1, representing Bath, Cam Brooker. In lane 2, representing Loughborough, Alex Cahoon. In lane 3, representing Loughborough, Maddox Roberts. In lane 4, representing Leeds Beckett, Jordan Cooley. In lane 5, representing Birmingham, Oliver Morgan. In lane 6, representing Manchester Metro, Edward Mildred. In lane 7, representing Loughborough, Calvin Fry. In lane 8, representing Stirling, Thomas Leggett. And in lane 9, representing Stirling, Leon Molam. This is the 100 meter freestyle final.
So the first final of the night. And from 0 to 9, from bottom to top, it's Carswell, Brooker, Cahoon, Roberts, Cooley, Morgan, Mildred, Fry, Leggett and Molam. And in the presence of an Olympian in lane 2 with Alex Cahoon of Loughborough, whose PB at this event, 48.2. And, well, he could go a lot quicker than what he demonstrated earlier in the heats, where he clocked 48.9. Making a strong start in this one, though, over the first half of it is Calvin Fry, and the atmosphere going up a notch once again in Ponds Forge as all teammates and spectators and coaches on poolside standing and watching in anticipation of the final furlong of this one now. Fry is the one who had the marginal lead on the turn. The bite back is from Jordan Cooley of Leeds Beckett. It's going to be mightily close between them. The pink cap of Oliver Morgan trying to squeeze in as well. But Cooley has held on, and euphoric scenes as by 200ths of a second, it is Jordan Cooley of Leeds Beckett who is triumphant in South Yorkshire.
Did you see the arms going there for his teammates in front of the camera? He is the star of Leeds Beckett. And 3 of them go sub 48. There's the confirmation. None of which did so in the heats this morning. Saved the best for last. Cooley on top in the heats, Cooley on top in the final.
That was a high-octane race. And it was always going to take a deserved champion to go and take all the spoils. It is a goal for that man. And it is a blockbuster start to the night for Leeds Beckett.
Please welcome the athletes to the female 100 freestyle final.
Right, we stick with 100 freestyle. We kick over to the female competition. B final at first, no medals on the line, but pride most certainly. There's always going to be someone that missed out on the A final. On this occasion, Katie Goodburn in lane 4 for Edinburgh, 56.63. She was just a couple of tenths off making it into the medal final. That'll be the story of the evening. But the silver lining can often be winning the B final, dropping that time. You often see so many times whoever wins the B final gets a time quick enough to get into the medal final. It's so frustrating, I'm sure. They save it for the late afternoon, evening session. Taking part, Paige van der Westhues for Stirling, Mia Slevin for Loughborough, Alicia Massey for Surrey, Harriet Rogers for Loughborough, Katie Goodburn, Edinburgh, Jessica Dickinson, Swansea, Molly McLaurin for Queens, Melissa Turnbull for Stirling, Laurie Devine for Edinburgh, and Alana Burns-Atkin representing Ulster. We're looking at 56, 57 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised if we drop into the 55s, considering the occasion. Katie Goodburn, the 21-year-old from Edinburgh, will trail in the very early stages. Harriet Rogers of Loughborough. These big competing universities and cities, the Stirlings, the Loughboroughs, the Edinburghs, the Baths. So much pride on the line, just as you saw then with Cooley winning for Leeds Beckett. Leeds Beckett won't win many medals this weekend, but when they do, my goodness, do they celebrate. And there's going to be a lot of noise as we progress through the evening. This is a great start for Harriet Rogers of Loughborough. Maybe she anticipated, maybe didn't have the best heats possibly. On the far side as well, going nicely in 8 is Laura Devine for Edinburgh. But leading into the final 5 metres will be in 3. Loughborough's Harriet Rogers, second and third all to play for. No medals up for it, but a win in 55.46, and that tells the story right there. That would have got her into the central 4 lanes in the medal final if that was a time she posted earlier on this morning. Dickinson second and Katie Goodburn in third. Those two in 56s. All 3 of them go better in the B final. I mean, it was early this morning, in fairness. It was shortly after 9:30. And now the body's a bit more warmed up, relaxed, been a bit more movement throughout the day. Next up, of course, we go on to the medal final in the 100 free for the women. A BUCS record that stood since 2019. Murray Wattell, 52.71, went on to great things, of course. We didn't get too close to that in the heats. 55.11 was the fastest from Evie Davis. She'll take lane 4 for Stirling. And she'll be trying to hold off 3 Loughborough athletes. Let's see who's taking part.
In lane 0, representing Bath, Jess Podger. In lane 1, representing Swansea, Hannah Woodcock. In lane 2, representing Bath, Jemima Hall. In lane 3, representing Swansea, Amy Monks. In lane 4, representing Stirling, Evie Davis. In lane 5, representing Loughborough, Sophie de Groot. In lane 6, representing Loughborough, Laura Stevens. In lane 7, representing Loughborough, Cornelia Friedkiewicz. In lane 8, representing Swansea, Scarlett Major. And in lane 9, representing Nottingham, Amy Davies. This is the female 100 metres freestyle final.
Evie Davis of Stirling. British champion from last year.
Please welcome the athletes in the open male 50 metres butterfly B-final.
Hundredths of a second separated them this morning. It looks like Robertson here might. And just like that, it's job done.
It's a fly final. In lane 0, representing Loughborough, Connor Ferguson. In lane 1, representing Edinburgh, Brodie Gordon Gibson. In lane 2, representing Bath, Matthew Ward. In lane 3, representing Birmingham, Shaquille Giordani. In lane 4, representing Bath, Josh Gammon. In lane 5, representing Swansea, Lewis Fraser. In lane 6, representing Stirling, Brogan Hyde. In lane 7, representing King's College, Jason Mamatoglu. In lane 8, representing Warwick, James LeGrace. And in lane 9, representing Aberdeen, Kieran Lennox. This is the open male 50 metres butterfly final.
Yes.
Male 50 metres butterfly final. And Luke Fraser in the heat. William closes that in the final. So there's already turned at halfway point. And motoring back towards the finish. Just Gammon who gets there, 22.96 goal for Josh Gammon. Lewis Fraser, the silver Brogan Hyde wins the bronze. Josh Gammon, that summer, is the gold medal winner in the open male 50 metres butterfly.
The open male have grabbed their kit and made their way from the starting blocks, and here they come in. The volume is just ticked from 8 to 9 on the Ponchford stereo. In the B final, Kirsten Harvey for Leeds, Harriet Rogers for Loughborough, Yasmin Hammerlane for Harriet Watts, Julie Padlick for Birmingham, Ella Williams for York, Josephine Klein for Edinburgh. All between 28.2 and 28.6. This will be won by...
Absolutely, they've been brilliant so far. 100 for the second, 200 for the second. Most exciting. Please welcome
To the female 50 meters butterfly final. In lane 0, representing Ulster, Alana Burns-Atkin. In lane 1, representing Bath, Annabelle Smith. In lane 2, representing Edinburgh, Faith Yuda. In lane 3, representing Loughborough, Laura Stevens. In lane 4, representing Stirling, Lucy Grieve. In lane 5, representing Brunel, Tallulah Paisley. In lane 6, representing Bath, Maisie Elliott. In lane 7, representing Edinburgh, Kiara Slushan. In lane 8, representing Northumbria, Lara Turner. And in lane 9, representing Loughborough, Cornelia Fietkivitz. This is the female 50 meters butterfly final.
Won the heats by half a second in the 50 fly. But in lane 3, Laura Stevens, world champion from Doha this year in the 200 metre butterfly, hasn't repeated that form this morning in the short.
the open male 100 meters breaststroke B final.
Please welcome the athletes for the open male 100 meters breaststroke final. In lane 0, representing Bath, William Godsell. In lane 1, representing Loughborough, Harvey Freeman. In lane 2, representing Loughborough, Alexander Casey. In lane 3, representing Stirling, Rory Dixon. In lane 4, representing Loughborough, Greg Butler. In lane 5, representing Edinburgh, Archie Goodburn. In lane 6, representing Swansea, Panagiotis Panaritos. In lane 7, representing Stirling, Joshua Press. In lane 8, representing Southampton, Praveen Mahendrakumar. And in lane 9, representing Edinburgh, Josh Mitchell. This is the open male 100 meters breaststroke final.
Breaststroke final.
So busy, one extra notch. Coming up next, of course, we kick on to the female 100 breaststroke B final. We have a stacked medal final for this. At least 4 bios you can kind of read out, so they've won this and this and this, and we've only got about 60 seconds to do so during the finals. One that missed out on the final by 1400ths of a second. She'll looking to end the day with a win in the B final. The 18-year-old for Swansea in her first season, her first ever BUCS championships. A 1:10.79 earlier on today. Does feel like quite a long time ago this morning. What a start though in 6th for Anna Healy of Manchester. Hang on, 32.25 to the turn, and she's looks to be taking. Four girls in the centre that we'll talk about. There was only, what, 1300s, 2300s between them, all 4 of them. This could be a blanket finish.
Please welcome the athletes for the female 100 meters breaststroke final. In lane 0, representing Birmingham, Ellen Bagley. In lane 1, representing USW, Amy Crowley. In lane 2, representing Manchester, Leah Slusher. In lane 3, representing Loughborough, Lily Booker. In lane 4, representing Swansea, Cornelia Stoimenova. In lane 5, representing Napier, Anna Morgan. In lane 6, representing Loughborough, Sienna Robinson. In lane 7, representing Marjon, Georgia Gussie. In lane 8, representing Surrey, Emily Farr. And in lane 9, representing Birmingham, Colleen Devlin. This is the female 100 meter breaststroke final.
One-tenth of a second separated Stoimenova and Morgan in the heats. 107.67 Stoimenova, 107.77 for Anna Morgan in
Sienna Robinson, who won gold last year at the Swim England National Championships in the
Napier just ahead. I think just about half a body's length now, actually coming up towards the halfway point of this female 100 meter breaststroke final. 31.01 for Morgan. Stoimenova currently in second, Robinson in third.
Morgan, Stoimenova, Robinson, that's the 1, 2, 3. Booker was in 4. Schlosschan in 2, was in 5th. One more turn to go.
Finishing line then in sight for the swimmers in this final. He brought the noise earlier in the heat. Let's make some noise for these swimmers as they come towards the finishing line. Not long to go now. And it certainly is Anna Morgan who is in control here in lane 5. It's a 106.09 for Anna Morgan. Goal for her. With Lily Booker, brilliant 25 metres from the Loughborough swimmer, claiming the silver just ahead of Stoimenova from Swansea in lane 4. And that is your top 3, your gold, silver and bronze, confirmed up on the big screen.
The BUCS record in that one, 1:05. Could stand for years to come. Hansen's 1:04.78. But coming up shortly, there are potentially BUCS records. I mean, they're all up for.
Please welcome the athletes for the open male 200 meter backstroke B final. This is the B final.
Here we go then, the open male 200-metre backstroke B final. In lane 0 we have Angus Allison, followed by Finley Davis, Andrew Brody, Dominic Morgan, Hubert Gadanic, Jamie Ferguson, David Annis, Gideon Hollinsky, Oscar Dodds and Nikita Chanakin.
We've had some quick races, 50s and 100s. We go back up to the 200 distance now, 4,200-metre races before we step into some 800-metre races as well. We're going to finish this evening with six relay races back to back. So get yourselves ready. We've got some more great racing still to come.
Well, we talked about chaos, and that is going to be brilliant to wrap up this finals session. Back to the action currently taking place in the fall as the swimmers reach the halfway point. At the moment, Andrew Brody of Edinburgh is currently out in front, 57.63 ahead of Finley Davis. And then Dominic Morgan is currently in third spot. At the moment, it's going well for Andrew Brody.
All the action on the near side to us here, we've got 2 and 3, but that looks like it might start to change. Coming through here in 5, Jamie Ferguson of Aberdeen, the white cap, the red chucks, is making his way through the field neatly, but there's still that trail as they come to this next turn. Let's take a look at these touches. It does indeed go to Brody. He turns in 1:28.86. Second is Ferguson. Gadanic is joining the party in lane 4 as well.
Gadanic going well in lane 4. He's just ahead of Dominic Morgan from Swansea with a brilliant previous 50 metres, and now we're into the closing stages of this B final, and it's been a brilliant second half to this 200-metre backstroke. Hubert Gadanic from back, and he claims it 157.7. Jamie Ferguson from Aberdeen in second, and Dominic Morgan wraps up the top 3. Someone from Swansea, Hubert Gadanic, brilliant second half to that open male 200-metre backstroke B final. He claims top spot.
Please welcome the athletes for the open male 200 metres backstroke final. In lane 0, representing Leeds Beckett, Charlie Broom. In lane 1, representing Sterling, Evan Jones. In lane 2, representing Bath, Jack Skerry. In lane 3, representing Bath, Cam Brooker. In lane 4, representing Loughborough, Max Litchfield. In lane 5, representing Bath, Matthew Ward. In lane 6, representing Loughborough, Charlie Hutchison. In lane 7, representing Bath, Hendrik van der Leest. In lane 8, representing Stirling, Zach Speakman. And in lane 9, representing Birmingham, Oliver Morgan. This is the open male 200 metres backstroke final.
Well, we apologise for some of the difficulties we've had in transmitting some of our commentary so far tonight, but hopefully you've got us now loud and clear for what promises to be one of the most enticing races of this evening. The men's 200-metre backstroke. Broom from Jones, from Skerry, Brooker, Litchfield, Ward, Hutchison, van der Leest, Speakman and Morgan.
When you look at the heat times for this one, Cam Brooker's box record from last year looks ridiculous at 152.8. Fastest qualifier, Max Litchford, 156.94 this morning.
But you wouldn't rule anything out. It's a lot more even start than what we had in the B final just a few moments ago. And when you consider that Charlie Hutchinson, based on his heat time, might not be the favourite for this one, he's obviously boosted by being the only BUCS record breaker of the evening so far in that emphatic men's 400 IM. But don't forget the role that Max Litchfield had to play in that enthralling race as well. Will it be those two locking horns and doing battle again, or will it be Cam Brooker reasserting his dominance in this event? Don't rule out Matthew Ward of Bath, who had a good swim earlier today as well. And so far, coming towards the halfway point, there is a sense of scatterment across the pool, with lane 3, Cam Brooker being the one taking out control. Oliver Morgan from Charlie Hutchinson. And at this point, it's anyone's guess as to what the battle back may well be from the rest of the contest. Cam Brooker, in his area of the pool here, looks to have oceans around him, but purring on the far side with serious intent. Lane 7, Hendrik van der Leest. Lane 8, Zach Speakman. Lane 9, Oliver Morgan. Very much in the thick of the conversation. And just a couple of seconds separating really that top 5. However, it's not a lead that Cam Brooker looks to be shirking at this point. 152.8, his BUCS record. That was a very good day at the office. This will still be a very fine performance indeed. 152.98. In the end, he's 1800ths of a second outside of his own BUCS record. All eyes in Ponds Forge are fixated to the scoreboard there, because Cam Brooker not really challenged ultimately from the rest of the pool. He was able to go about his own race and really test himself against his own best ever. Oliver Morgan and Hendrik van der Leest are the ones that complete the podium. That was tight. They were in the thick of that, but Cam Brooker in a world of his own and with a gold of his own.
I think in a world of his own sums it up. And look at that, 4 Bath athletes in the top 5, just split by Birmingham's Morgan. And that is really turning it on when it matters. It's a bit of a cliche, but the best do it best. Cam Brooker nowhere near that time in the heats, a 156.94, to get a 152 in the final. Well, he knew exactly what he was doing all day long, all part of the master plan. Now, the female 200 backstroke B and medal finals coming up next. Can you believe it? We're already 16 races into this 26 race session, well over halfway. We do have 6 4x50 freestyle team races to finish off. That will be absolutely sensational. And if it's not noisy enough already, that will take the roof off. Coming towards the starting blocks for the female 200 back. From lane 0, we're going to have Laura Ann Marshman for Stirling, Lucy Block for Surrey, Lauren Cox for Loughborough, Molly Garrett Manchester Met, Madeline Soper for Nottingham, Martha Steed for Swansea, Charlie Joyce for Bath, Izzy Lee for Nottingham, Isabel Eiley for Edinburgh, and Connie Davis for Nottingham. Two 15s to 2 18s across the qualifying times. Those in the medal final, they were sub 2:10. It's just one of those events where some swimmers just excel. There are some, of course, that are incredibly close. You win them by hundreds and tenths, but there's the odd few. You're just a generational talent. They come in and take the event by absolute storm. We'll see that coming up shortly. And plenty of young female swimmers in this one, it must be said. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a few of these names in the A final next year, making maybe their first or second appearance in these BUCS championships. I've been amazed actually this year more than ever. I've noticed how many 18-year-olds we've got in these B and A finals. 18-year-olds, of course, their first ever BUCS championships, absolutely littered throughout the entire final session. Great start in 3 for Molly Garrett, the Manchester Met swimmer. Over in 8, Isabel Eiley for Edinburgh. And Lauren Cox and Charlie Joyce, half a second already between your top 4. It's quite a split pool, in fact. We are looking again at around about 2:15 or so. I envision is Isabel Eiley, the Edinburgh swimmer, currently occupying second position behind Molly Garrett and Manchester Met. It is great to see that, you know, we know that Loughborough, Stirling, Bath, Edinburgh dominate these, so whenever you get like a Manchester up there, you think, yes!
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Molly Garrett flying the flag at the moment here, and isn't she doing well? It's again a similar situation to what we had with Cam Brooker in the previous race. She's going out in lane 3, and geographically there's nobody in the lanes near her challenging her. She will not have a clue about Isabel Eiley in lane 8 and vice versa, but they're both going about their own race and they're both looking in fine form across the water, a couple of seconds between them.
Yeah, 2.2 from Garrett back to Eiley, then a full second back to Martha Steed in 3rd. Of course, no medals up for grabs, but plenty of glory on the line. You can call yourself a B finalist winner if you get to the line first of all, and that is exactly like what Molly Garrett is going to do. She went out hard in the first 25 metres, and she's never looked back, and she's never needed to. Even if she wished to, she wouldn't really see anybody in her peripheral vision. A fast finish from Martha Steed, but it won't be quick enough. Molly Garrett, that's a superb performance. 2:12.67. That is over 4 seconds quicker than a heat time. Well done, Molly. Confirmed Martha Stead second, Isabel Eiley in 3rd. Manchester Met proudly on top.
Great fight back that from Martha Stead. Isabel Eiley, you could just see that she, off the wall, wasn't quite getting the push that the rest of the swimmers were towards the back end of that race, but Martha Stead had a lot of ground to make up there, and she led home the rest of the pool behind the imperious Molly Garrett of Manchester Met.
And every time we have a B final, we follow it with the medal final. Some big names again coming up.
Now, B finalists just enjoying the moment a little bit longer than usual. They're climbing their way out. Gibson down there on Paul's side. Always good to see Marie and Amelia. Just name dropping there.
So just an ever so short delay between our B final and our medal final. And there we are, just like that, ready to walk in. Let our in-venue announcer bring you through who is taking part, and we'll take you through the race.
In lane 0, representing Birmingham, B. Jones. In lane 1, representing Bath, Sophie Weston. In lane 2, representing Manchester, Sophie Shaw. In lane 3, representing Loughborough, Freya Colbert. In lane 4, representing Loughborough, Honey Oswin. In lane 5, representing Stirling, Holly McGill. In lane 6, representing Bath, Neve Ward. In lane 7, representing Stirling, Caitlin Ebbets. In lane 8, representing Edinburgh, Amy Shields. And in lane 9, representing Birmingham, Mia Collier. This is the female 200-metre backstroke final.
And it is another stacked one. The already on-form Freya Colbert this weekend. As we've mentioned before, the current world champion in the 400 medley. Then you've got a fellow Olympian from Paris, Honey Oswin. Honey actually made it into the Olympic final of the backstroke, where she turned well, she qualified with her third fastest time and finished 5th in the final. She got there by setting a time of 2:08.37 in the British Championships. She gone 2:09.64 to set the fastest time coming into this final. And then to, you know, the classic Loughborough-Stirling battle we've had this afternoon, this evening. You have Holly McGill, who Commonwealth Youth Games won gold in the 100 back and the 200 back in Trimbago last year. Had 2 great performances in the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham a couple of years ago as well. So, you know, as we've mentioned so many times, the quality on show, considering this is a free-to-enter event. If you're in the vicinity of Sheffield tomorrow, you can come and watch this. Olympians across the board, come and join us. We've got a great crowd, and of course it's mostly the athletes and the teammates, which makes incredible noise. Come and join us in Ponds Forge. Right then, look at this. All the names we've mentioned, Osrin, McGill, Colbert, they are the big 3 names in this race, and they're a couple of seconds clear of the field. Big job to do for anybody to get into these top 3 medal places now. Leading the way, Honey Osrin, the girl on form. I mean, you could say they're all absolutely on form. Holly McGill was only 1/100th of a second behind Honey Osrin in qualifying. Freya Colbert, already gold medalist this week. And these 3 girls are going to dominate all the way towards the line. She's still leading. It's so marginal for Honey Osrin of Loughborough. She's fighting Stirling's Holly McGill. Freya Colbert maybe just too far back into the final few metres. 2:05.33 is the BUCS record. They're going to go towards the wall. This could be broken here, you know. What a comeback from Holly McGill. 2:05.30 and a BUCS record by 300ths of a second. What an incredible final 25 metres from the Stirling athletes. I'm not sure she can quite believe it.
That was a tremendously gutsy swim from Holly McGill, and you know what, Ewan, I was just watching her on those last couple of turns there, and she just seemed to take an extra stroke than Honey Osrin, and it just meant that movement off the wall, it seemed a little bit cleaner. She was getting a bit of an advantage, and she was just gathering the momentum towards the back end of that race, but she has given everything to get that BUCS record tonight and the gold medal that comes with it.
Honey Osrin led for the first 175 metres, but as you said, Jono, on the final turn, Holly McGill, what a finish. BUCS record by 300ths of a second. We got one!
Well, we've had one in the men's tonight, now one in the women's.
That had been held since 2017 as well. They've all been broken in the last 3 or 4 years. There's not many standing.
Please welcome the athletes to the open 100 metres freestyle fastest seats. In lane 0, representing Edinburgh, Brodie Gordon Gibson. In lane 1, representing Edinburgh, Arthur Logan. In lane 2, representing Loughborough, Harry Wynne-Jones. In lane 3, representing Swansea, Alexander Sargent. In lane 4, representing Loughborough, Daniel Whiffen. In lane 5, representing Loughborough, Tyler Melbourne Smith. In lane 6, representing Stirling, George Smith. In lane 7, representing Swansea, Joseph Dean. In lane 8, representing Sheffield Hallam, Ruben Visda. And in lane 9, representing Bath, Matthew Warburton. This is the fastest heat.
Fastest heat then in the men's 800 metre freestyle, meaning that These 10 swimmers have not had a heat so far in this event. It is a one swim only, and it will be this swim that determines who takes the medals. Two heats already today, but when you've got a world, a European and an Olympic champion in the pool in the form of Daniel Whiffen in lane 4 for Loughborough, and with the greatest respect, you wouldn't expect any of the times from earlier today to matter in the medal conversation here tonight. And I think as well, you know, you talk about a lot of the events that we have here over the course of the weekend. So many entrants for the 50-metre distance, the 100s, the 200s. Obviously it dwindles down when we get to the 800s, just having the 3 heats, and it does mean that you've got some swimmers in the pool here who have earned their right to be up against an Olympic champion. You've got the talent of, for example, Tyler Melbourne-Smith in lane 5, Commonwealth Youth gold medalist. Harry Wynne-Jones himself in lane 2 of Loughborough. He's also been in the Commonwealth Youth Games. Brodie Gordon-Gibson, George Smith representing the Scottish team. But this is a whole new level when you're up against someone of the reputation and the golden glow that is the track record of Daniel Whiffen, who will be the one to watch in lane 4. But plenty of good swimmers on show here, and this is for them pushing themselves to dip under those PBs, particularly building strongly on what those entry times look like, because some of them are ticking towards the 8-minute mark. So that's one end of the scale, but on the other, Ewan, is the fact that BUCS record, the buzzword, it's there again, because you're looking at 7:30.06 that Daniel Whiffen achieved last year, and his entry time smashes that into oblivion.
And that entry time is the world record as well. That's why it's so significant. Now, another thing to point out, Dan Whiffen, of course, won gold last night in the 1500, and Tyler Melbourne-Smith was silver. So they're looking to do the double, and you kind of feel for Tyler Melbourne-Smith. He's so good, but he's just up against this generational talent that doesn't come around too often. Any other BUCS years, it would have been gold, gold, gold. But then you're up against a guy like Dan, and that becomes a lot more difficult. But then again, on playing devil's advocate, you do get to swim against a person of his quality. Yeah, a British world record holder. Great to have that level of talent here at BUCS. Like I say, we got about a third of the Olympic team here. I should say, sorry, Irish, of course, national record holder and world record holder. British Universities champion. So, I'm going to try and find quickly these splits for his world record time and just see where we are on that. But I think the one thing we can, there's no guarantees, of course, but we might get 2 best records in a row here. After Holly McGill broke it in the 200 back, next race 800 free, and we've got a guy that we know can go 10 seconds quicker than he did last year, so looking to retain his title, break his own BUCS record, and just continue a wonderful weekend. We will not forget, of course, about everybody else in the pool. We know we, of course, mentioned the likes of Dan, and rightly so, but there are 3 medals up for grabs, Jono. It looks like, of course, Whiffen for the favourite. Tyler Melbourne-Smith is so fantastic in second right now, and following the form from last night, silver in the 1500. And then we've got 8 guys battling out for a bronze medal. Leading the way on that right now in lane 2 is Harry Wynne-Jones for Loughborough, which means this could be a Loughborough 1, 2, 3. They've only got 3 in this final. Also got 2 from Edinburgh, a couple from Swansea, Stirling, Sheffield, Hallam and Bath. But there's going to be 8 guys that want a medal.
Yeah, and you watch Dan Whiffen's official on the lane there. She's not even got time to sit down. By the time she's changed the number, she's pretty much back up, ready for him to come down the other way. I think it's so interesting to watch as well because, you know, for the first part of this race, he was pretty much dragging his legs, barely moving them. Now we see a little bit of a kick at the start of each length and towards the back end as well, but such upper body strength, and it's very much that's propelling him so quickly through the water. Bit of a kick initially after the turn, and then just dragging the legs with him for the remainder of the length. Meanwhile, everyone else in the pool is always getting the legs kicking because they always need all four limbs to give them the best possible shot at moving towards the water at a decent pace. And not only does it mean that Dan Whiffen is putting that extra pressure on the top half of his body, it means he's got the stamina, the longevity to now give it a little bit more of a kick look. As soon as he gets that notice there saying that there's 8 lengths to go, just that little bit of a push, a little bit of a kick, just as everybody else is probably starting to feel a bit of a strain on the legs, given that they've pretty much been going for it for varying degrees in the race so far. So Tyler Melbourne Smith, not to be sniffed at, as you rightly say, 7:40.53, and again, you know, you're thinking of what the BUCS record will have been before Dan Whiffen came along last year, and Tyler Melbourne Smith at the age of 19 probably isn't going to be a million miles outside of what that would have previously looked like. I think one name to also look out for is Alexander Sargent. He's struggling through the water at the minute, but again the question there would be, is it preserving what might be left in the tank for a late push on the top 3? In terms of that pursuit, Harry Wynne-Jones, also of Loughborough, is looking pretty likely in that regard. Right then, let's see how we're getting on in terms of time here, because placement looking very good for Dan Whiffen.
Yeah, we're not going to see a world record, and I think it's probably a little bit too much now for a BUCS record too at 7:30 as he enters his last 50. Where are we? 23 seconds to the turn. It's going to be outside, but I mean, he's that good. We put that kind of pressure on him, don't we? It's so easy to think every time he swims he's going to be getting a record. It doesn't work like that.
Almost like a leisurely morning swim for Dan Whiffen, but ultimately he trounces it and he'll get a BUCS gold, 7:39.67. Tyler Melbourne Smith, really good. I mean, keeping up the pace there as he did, and 7:46.51, well out of everybody else. Some of the real challenge in this event is not swimming lane by lane, neck and neck against other competitors. This is about having to go out and do your own race and probably beat your own best time. You're your own opponent in that pool, and Harry Wynne-Jones there, 7:51.88 is a big improvement on what he entered with, and he won't be the only one in that regard.
Yeah, quality throughout, 4 seconds quicker than his heat time, and a bronze medal for Harry Wynne-Jones. Alex Sargent, we know, can go a little bit quicker. We do have Matt Warburton just to finish things off. It was an 8:09 entrant, going to be outside that time. So you can't swim your best absolutely every single time, although we apply that and we look forward to these records. Everybody in every single pool is an absolute champion, and those times are confirmed.
Yeah, it's not the quickest, but I mean, it's not easy doing this swim, is it, at the end of a long day here at Ponds Forge. What we can say is we've had super talent on display there. It's been a privilege to see it on show here in Sheffield tonight, but when we get the women in the pool, it could be nail-biting. And it could be BUCS record breaking. in what will be the final individual event of the evening.
In lane 0, representing Swansea, Abby Mitchell. In lane 1, representing Bath, Jess Podger. In lane 2, representing UCL, Philida Britton. In lane 3, representing Stirling, Michaela Glenister. In lane 4, representing Loughborough, Lucy Hanquin. In lane 5, representing Loughborough, Fleur Lewis. In lane 6, representing Loughborough, Lucy Fox. In lane 7, representing Bath, Harriet Oxley. In lane 8, representing Bath, Jess Arundel. And in lane 9, representing Mahjong, Evie Belt. This is the female 800 meter freestyle fastest time.
And Lucy Hanquin was second, 16:15, so they shared gold and silver. They go head-to-head again in the 800 meter freestyle. But just to switch things around ever so slightly, the BUCS record holder is Lucy, an 8:21.86 last year. And Sally Murray will tell us 100 freestyle that still stands from 2019. Fleur Lewis got the 1500 record, Lucy Hanquin the 800, and they will try to double up, do the repeat. But look at this early doors, very early doors. Philida Britton for UCL in 2, then over in 6, Lucy Fox for Loughborough, teammate of Lewis and Hanquin. And this will be, I'd imagine, a bit of a contrast to the open male final, where we saw Whiffen and Melbourne Smith go ahead and they were clearly 1-2 throughout the entire race. This is not going to be the case, because this is a lot tighter. There was 20 seconds between 30 seconds between the top 3 entrants in the open male 800 free. There's 30 seconds between all 10 in the female. That's how close this is, and that is going as things stand right now. Look at those first 5 times, half a second between your front 5. Only 150 in, yes. However, Lucy Hanquin of Belgian nationality. And she's swum a lot around Europe, spent a lot of time swimming in Sweden and out in Romania too. Yeah, she's taken part, although of Belgian nationality officially, she's taken part in the Swedish National Championships for several years in a row. Just hold a Swedish passport. I'll do some research on that. Now, this is going, the central 4, as anticipated. Michaela Glenister in lane 3 for Stirling, 8:25, just 4 seconds off the leads of Hanquin and Fleur Lewis. Then Lucy Fox is in fact an 8:34 respectively, so 13 seconds slower on paper than Hanquin and Lewis. But, you know, she's in this front 4, and she feels a part of this pack now quite clearly, and they're going to go together for as far as they can possibly hang on. Just getting that mental edge out in front. In 4 is Lucy Hanquin.
Yeah, I thought this might be a close one. I mean, And it's a contrast to exactly what we were saying at the end of the men's 800 free, in terms of them having to push each other individually and go almost against their own race clock. But here, while they'll have their own race plan, there is that degree of influence, particularly when you've got two strong swimmers either side of you, and particularly when you're in the boat of Fleur Lewis, where you've got one shoulder your teammate Hanke, the other shoulder your teammate Fox. And so far, so steady, but the kicking going from Lucy Fox there. And you just wonder in the long run how effective that will be for her.
Fleur Lewis, of course, as we know, a specialist in the long distance of the European Championships long course this year out in Belgrade. 1500 metre bronze, 800 silver, 400 silver. Didn't manage to get herself on the top spot this summer out in Serbia. That was in June. So picked up one gold last night, looking to try and do the double. But her teammates, plural, this is all Loughborough right now in 1, 2 and 3. And they've dropped Glenister by about 5 metres now, the Stirling swimmer in lane 3. And do you know what? This looks like a training session for Loughborough right now. They'll know each other. They'll have swum miles and miles side by side. They'll know the strengths and weaknesses in the latter stages. It's actually hard to say who the favourite is in this one, because you've got the record holder against the long distance, even more specialist in Lewis. You can't, of course, forget Lucy Fox's accomplishments. First of all on the regional stage, of course, but the Scottish athlete last year, 2023, in the short course. And I mean, by any standard this is impressive, but I'm sure it was frustrating at the time. 3 bronze medals at the Scottish short course in the 400 free and 200 fly. It's not just a freestyle long distance specialist, and a bronze in the 800 free as well. And earlier this year, a 5th place in the 200 fly in the European Aquatics Junior Championships. So she will no doubt, I mean, she's just 18 years of age. It's their first year at BUCS. She is one of those swimmers that you can clearly see that as these years progress, 25, 26, 27, if she continues her studies at university, she'll be the name that comes to the fore. She'll be the one to beat. Although Fleur Lewis and Lizzie Hanquay, only 21 years of age, we're not saying they're like senior athletes just yet. But your time at BUCS generally lasts about 4 years, unless you do your Masters and your PhD and things. Now, Fleur Lewis has made a move with 150 metres to swim. She has moved between her teammates, split them down the middle, and now Hanquay and Fox will need to chase. She's pulled out 2.5 seconds, and it's already growing as she approaches what will be her final 4 lengths of the Ponds Forge short course pool. So now we focus also, again, we laser in on 8:21, her teammates' BUCS record set last year. And we are nailed on in the final individual race of the day for a Loughborough 1, 2, 3. They'll pick up all 3 steps on the podium. And 8:21, completely out of touch, although it's going that way. Yeah, she's going to turn in around about 8. She won't get there and back in 21 seconds. So Lucy Hanquay will hold on to her BUCS record, but she will not retain her BUCS title, because Fleur Lewis, who last night beat Hanquay in the 1500 metre final, is going to add a second goal to her haul in the long distance racing. It was so close for so long. Fleur Lewis has timed this to perfection. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she will storm to a second gold in 8:31.17. Fleur Lewis, a two-time BUCS champion. Her teammate Lucy Hanquet, she retains her BUCS record in 8:36.02 and picks up a silver. And Lucy Fox half a second back. It's a Loughborough gold, silver, bronze. The best of the rest, Jess Arundale for Bath in 8:46, standing lane number 8. And Sterling's Glenister, who was in that front four pack in the very early 100 or 200 metres. And Jono, we've been joined by a tiger just up near the commentary box. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, quite striking, fierce, fiery eyes there, actually, I have to say. But, well, someone must have had the milk this morning. As we look at that, tiger in the commentary box, a fox out in the pool, Lucy third, Hanquet second, Fleur Lewis in first. I think it's interesting, actually, you mentioned, Ewan, about Lucy Hanquet, pretty much an international swimmer, certainly continental, from Belgium, competing in Sweden. It was actually in Gothenburg that she swam for Club Gothenburg out there, prior to her coming to Loughborough University. Getting that experience on the European stage has been vital for her, you'd say, in her development. But what a super race that was. It was the last of the individual events this evening before we dive into the relays. And, well, we've got the two BUCS records from the evening as well, which we've thoroughly enjoyed covering. Those, of course, being Charlie Hutchison in the men's 400 IM and Holly McGill in the women's 200 back. And, well, frankly, it's anyone's guess what's to come in the freestyle now. But we're about to find out. If you just joined us, well, you've missed a lot of action tonight here at the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships, part of the BUCS Swimming Series 2024, that trilogy of the short course, long course and the team champs. And it does have a bit of a feeling now, doesn't it, of a team champs as we go on to the relay. Of course, don't forget, you can watch back all of the action over the course of the weekend. As I mentioned, that team champs feel, you've got the Glasgow team that we're about to welcome in lane 6. Conor Massey, Finlay Sang, Ewan Houston and Finlay Strachan carrying a Scotland flag out with them as they got behind the starting blocks. They took that away for now. We might see that again in about 90 seconds time, depending on how this race goes. So, from the near side to the far, it's Leeds, Beckett, Cardiff, Nottingham, Aberdeen, Cambridge, Durham, Glasgow, St Andrews, Sheffield, Hallam and Surrey. It's chaos, it's madness, it's great fun, and this is BUCS at its best over the course of the next 6 races. 3 men, 3 women, all relay. Let the fun begin.
Do you know what? Almost half of the stands have just descended down into the pool deck, because we'll have a couple of hundred swimmers over the next 10-15 minutes. And this is where, you said it absolutely right, Jono, the noise will just get higher and higher and higher as these races go on, and we get to enjoy it 6 times. The tactics in these races are fascinating, but whether you front load or you rear load your team, do you go out for a lead and try to hang on, or do you know you've got literally the world's best on leg 4? Let them bring it home.
Well, it's a great start from Surrey on the far side in lane 9. That was Daniel Stevens, who's given Blaine Underwood a really good opportunity. Understandably, you've got the rest of the pack prowling, and they went strong from the start. It's now lane 3 you'd look at in Aberdeen, who's starting 2, Ewan Beattie and Kieran Lennox. Kieran Lennox, by the way, what a swim he put in earlier in the heat. Probably heat 4 or 5 of about 20 odd, and well, he got himself right up there in the standings. He might be one to watch in future. But right here, right now, has given Aberdeen quite a decent opportunity in this first relay. Jamie Ferguson is about to hand it over to the ankle leg of Mika van Blurk. Elsewhere in the pool, looking across now, and you're seeing in lane 2, Nottingham trying to put the pedal down, but look at the ferocity of those arms swinging through the water, particularly on the far side. This is going to be tight. Lane 6 in Glasgow and Finley Strachan. The Scotland flag is ready to fly, but in lane 3, Aberdeen trying to hold on. It's a great battle, and Aberdeen have done it. That is one heck of a swim. One heck of a swim, because they led for 3/4 of that race, and they did not relinquish it. And goodness me, it was tightening like a vice, wasn't it, in the rest of that pole, but they held on.
Just brilliant. That is, you know what? That's exactly what we lined up for, and they've 100% delivered. All 10 teams in that delivered a sensational race, and we get to do this 5 more times. Don't go anywhere, okay? Every single one is going to be just like that. You cannot call it. You just don't know what's going to happen. Those times confirmed. 1:34 for Aberdeen. That seems so fast. And let's just pick up on the records here, actually, because the way we're going with the noise, it makes such a difference. The men's record is 1:26, set by Sterling in 2019. Wow.
A Sterling team that would have had Duncan Scott in it, of course. Quite the ammunition to be going for a BUCS record, but yeah, I mean, let's see what comes in these next 2 races, which, you know, again, pretty even. Look at an average here of about 93, 94 seconds. The fastest final, that's 91.92, so they're all in it.
Please welcome the athletes of the Earth Males Freestyle Team Relay,
Well, the only Scottish representation here is Sterling. It's their 3rd squad that are out for this one in lane 5. The rest very much an English affair, with Manchester Met, Kings, Surrey, Leeds, Birmingham, Manchester, East Anglia, Sheffield, Hallam and Bath. And I mean, you know, any of the entry times that we get, element of salt pinching with it, but particularly in the relays, it's all up in the air. And Birmingham 2 have the best time out of these 10 teams at 93.6. But well, let's just see what happens in the pool, because that's where it's at. And based on that first race, it is anybody's guess. Not only who's going to win the heat, but then how that might affect the 3rd heat that's to come afterwards, and where titles will be decided.
The other consideration with 4x50 is to do well. It's not like individual, I'm on form, I'm going to be okay. You need 4 guys or girls on form. Everybody has to deliver. There can be no weak link if you're going to win gold. That'll be in the next race. This is our B final. It's the only races where we have a C, B and an A final.
Well, what a start that was in lane 0 from Edward Mildred of Manchester Met. Right next to him as well, Jason Mamatoglu of Kings. They were the fastest 2 in the start of this one, and actually it's a great changeover, because Edward Mildred has set Zach Walmsley off in a really decent position. No one's falling behind yet, but certainly the ones asserting themselves on the near side. Manchester Met, they're the ones bringing the noise. It's a good start on the far side outside lane as well. Bath have got Fraser Buxton and now Harry Morgan Hughes in the pool, who's just changed over to Harry Burns. And then we see the emergence there in lane 3 of Leeds. So this is really tight to call. Manchester Met have made the strong start, but then we get the power of the central lanes beginning to assert themselves.
Absolutely. The power is the right word. They've reloaded their squads and coming through. Lewis Turner for Leeds, Samuel Pyfinch for Birmingham in lanes 3 and 4. Over there in 5, that was Mullen for Sterling. They're your top 3 at the turn. Just 0.2 of a second between your top 4 teams.
It's like this race has just begun. It's that close. It really is. Nothing in it but the spearhead coming from Birmingham in lane 4, and it's Anthony Fock on the anchor leg. Up they go. Well, it's 132.71 in the end. They're the only team to have dipped under 133, but look at the overall times there, and it's a couple of seconds separating the entire pool.
No two 4x50 races are ever going to be exactly the same. And they are very, very happy, naturally, Birmingham Team 2. And remember, that is Birmingham's Team 2. They've got another squad coming up in the medal race as well. So that will put them on a bit of edge to repeat what their teammates have just done, give them a bit of fire in the belly.
And they're a very well supported team if some of the interactions on the mid-afternoon session or anything to go by on the stream. Adrian Ting, Shaquille Giordani, Elwyn Davis, Oliver Morgan coming up for Birmingham. But wait till we get our teeth stuck into some of the other contenders, the runners and riders that will be taking part in this, the final men's event of day 2, the 4x50 freestyle relay is just moments away.
This is the open male 200-meter freestyle final. In lane 0, Swansea. In lane 1, Birmingham 1. In lane 2, Warwick 1. In lane 3, Loughborough 1. In lane 4, Leeds, Beckett 1. In lane 5, Bath 1. In lane 6, Sheffield Hallam 1. In lane 7, Stirling 2. In lane 8, Edinburgh. And in lane 9, Stirling 1. This is the open male 200-meter freestyle team relay final.
Jono, we got 10 big universities. We have got 40 great swimmers here, Olympians, champions, gold medalists this evening. Well, this could go really anywhere. And Leeds Beckett, the fastest qualifiers, ahead of Stirling, ahead of Bath, ahead of Loughborough. Target on their back.
I mean, there has to be an eye here on lane 9, right from the off, and Stirling 1, because they've got Leon Mole and David Annis, Zach Speakman and Adam Ritchie. There's absolutely no way you would imagine that Stirling will not be in the conversation for a medal out there on the far side. We'll see about that. It's a good start from Loughborough. Alex Cahoon's had a good night already for them, and he's got to hand over to Calvin Fry, who himself has managed to win a B final. But the interesting thing with them, Ewan, is that we've got Tyler Melbourne Smith who's going to be doing the last leg for Loughborough, and less than 10 minutes ago he was in the pool doing 800 metres, getting second. It's mental.
Still leading the way in 3, Calvin Fry representing Loughborough to his side, Matty Rooney for Leeds Beckett in 5, Rob Derbyshire. But actually Evan Jones for Stirling in Southern. That is Stirling's second team, and Stirling 1 down in 9.
Well, team names are just a number, because it's Stirling 2 who are massively trumping their Stirling teammates. Now, here we go, Tyler Melbourne Smith with the green pants on is into the water, and he's just done an 800 metres and he is tearing up that pool. What will the rivalry look like in the centre? Lane 5, back 1, have Cam Brooker. He's been a busy boy today, but he's going to struggle here to come back to Taylor Melbourne Smith. The pressure may be on, but what pressure for him and for Loughborough. 1:27.26, they're within a second of the BUCS record. That is a monstrous display from that man there, Tyler Melbourne Smith, who alongside Maddox Roberts, Calvin Fry and Alex Cahoon has won it for an elated Loughborough team.
Yeah, absolutely delighted, the boys on the starting blocks. 1:27.26. Again, like you say, with Smith on the anchor leg, he must be absolutely exhausted, but like you say, he tore through the water. Bath 1:28.32 themselves, pretty close to that BUCS record. 6 teams go sub 1:30. Not a single team in the heats this morning went sub 1:30. 6 have done it in the final. Do you want to do that 3 more times? Oh, there's our tiger. We weren't lying.
Has he had a late night? Those eyes are burning. Maybe it's the aircon. Look at Loughborough on the left there. I mean, they're delighted. You've got the team picture being taken there. That's lane 2 that are looking absolutely chuffed with themselves. Warwick as well. I mean, that was just brilliant.
And now the girls get to give it a go. C final, B final, medal final for them coming up. Do it all over again. We have got some messages on the chat coming in. Go Hallam, go Lancaster ladies. Go Sophie, Kate, Charlotte and Molly. And there's nigh on 500 of you watching on the live stream. Thank you so much for being with us. And we are saving the best for last. Oh, the Tiger's going to make his way out to the podium. Do you know what it is? It's the chlorine, isn't it? No goggles on with those eyes. He's been in the warm-up pool for the last 2 hours. Taking part in the C final. Leeds, Exeter, Glasgow, Sheffield, Hallam, Lancaster won, Manchester met, Cardiff, Manchester, Durham and St Andrews. And we got Go Durham on the chat as well. They're in lane number 8. 1.4 seconds between all 10 teams in the C final coming into this one. Go on, Amelia, love from the Mattocks. That's from Angela on chat. Get those in. We haven't got long left. If you want to say anything, say it now or forever hold your peace. 3 races in the 4x50 in the female competition to finish day 2. And what a day we're having. The women's BUCS record for reference. Naturally, another one of those Loughborough ones in the female competition. They hold almost all of them at 1:38.38. Whether we'll get that quick tonight, who knows? That was a sensational time a couple of years ago. Right, we're underway in the C final. And there is nobody's gone out so hard that they can't take anybody with them. There will be a leader. Looks to me like Zara Davies of Manchester Met in 5, or is it Isabel Morgan for Cardiff in 6? And get your ruler out, draw a line. Can't really be separated still. Manchester Met do lead. Henrietta Damassa, Emma Cruikshanks for Lancaster in 4. In 6, Bethan Bayon for Cardiff. And in 3, Madison Turner for Sheffield Hallam. The central 4 lead on the near side in 1. Not bad for Olivia Bevan and Exeter. In fact, 2nd place Exeter. What a shift from Olivia Bevan down there. Manchester Met cruise on forward. Leg number 3. It's Ashley Stemp for Lancaster doing the chasing. Amber Downham leading the way for Manchester Met. Coming through in 3, Lily Spanner for Sheffield Hallam. Exeter just fall ever so slightly back from their 2nd place at the halfway stage. On to the final 50 metres. Manchester Metropolitan lead into the final 25, no change there. Sheffield Hallam and Sophie George in 3. Amelia Hardy for Lancaster in 4. But Izzy Goodwin was given the bat and said, there you go, bring it home. And that is exactly what Izzy's going to do. Looking 7 for Rathbone Jones for Manchester, coming through. What a final leg in 7 for Eloise Rathbone-Jones makes it a Manchester double. The Met and the City 1 and 2. That's phenomenal. And Lancaster pick up third place. Good final leg from Amelia Hardy.
Yep, the Northwest have done well in that one, haven't they? And Manchester Met like a juggernaut for the first part of that relay. Clear advantage for Izzy Goodwin to hold on to and take home, and that she did. The only team to get under 150 in that race. And well, I mean, look at the time that they got there. Unfortunate not to have nudged themselves into the B final. Alongside the teammates who will line up in lane 7 very shortly.
More messages coming in for love for Cardiff and good luck to Leeds 1 and 2. Well, Leeds 1 are in this heat coming up in the B final. And go Birmingham. How well did they do in the men's B final? Well, they've got their second team in the women's B final. And their first team will be in lane number 8 in the medal race.
Now, they're not on screen yet, Ewan, but I can see antlers on that far side. I don't know which team it is, but is it not too premature? Unless there's some sort of team mascot link that I'm missing here. We'll see, we'll find out, we'll suss it.
I think that's the Manchester Met team in Southern.
Well, the Christmas markets are up and alive in Manchester at the moment.
And in Sheffield. I went for a walk at lunchtime. It's a fantastic Christmas market here. But let's stick to swimming for the next 5 minutes. And there we are.
Surrey.
Team Surrey. Oh, because of the stag, of course. It makes total sense now.
That's not seasonal, that's all year round. Good luck, Surrey.
Northumbria, Stirling, Oxford, Sheffield Hallam, Leeds, Birmingham, Surrey, Manchester Met, East Anglia and Bath. Messages for Go Team Bath from Lewis Weeks on the chat. Not got link to send any messages in that you can. I'm glad I've got these headphones on. I might be struggling to hear you talk over dinner. All but 2 teams under 150. Only one team did that in the C final. And it was a close one. Will we see the same again? Or is somebody going to really give it a go? Good start in 2, Charlotte O'Leary for Oxford. And over in 6, Zoe Musial for Surrey. Up there in 3, Shannon Stott for Sheffield Hallam. And in 2, 1, Jade Blake for Stirling. Big love for the Oxford ladies on the chat too. Katerina Vanelli Coral taking over on leg 2 for them in lane number 2. In 6, Musial hands over for Surrey. And taking over is Williams, trying to hold on to that advantage. Going through in 3, Maddie Nuttall this time for Sheffield Hallam on the second leg. A little bit of work to do for Laura Burgess and Leeds. Fastest entrance into this B final, but currently lagging behind. We know things can change, but if they're going to change, they need to change very shortly. Great swim for Surrey in 6. The antlers are working. Phoebe Broster on leg number 3. But look at this in lane 3 for Olivia Humphrey from Sheffield Hallam. The home university, the home team. Nobody will know this water better than Sheffield Hallam. 5 teams go in consecutively. This will be a thriller. Final leg, 5 teams in it. Where have Manchester Met come from in Southern? In lane 6, Alicia Massey holding on for Surrey. On the anchor, or should we say the antler leg. In 5, Lily Brabin for Birmingham. It's 3 into the wall. It's Brabin, Massey and Garrett. Birmingham, Surrey and Manchester Met. Surrey taking 146.11. That is a great result for Team Surrey. They've only got 1 squad in this 4x50. And what a result. Manchester Met 146.38, a couple of tenths back. And Birmingham 2 joining the party late on. Oh my goodness.
Well, you could stick the antlers on all night long now. Sorry, that was a great swim. Really enjoyed that one. Manchester Met and Birmingham, and you said was Sheffield, Hallam or Leeds going to come roaring back there? I'm sure the Oxford ladies watching on were gripped to the screen, and they weren't a million miles out. It's relentless though, because we've still got one more, and this ought to be the best of the lot.
I mean, we'll get into the teams individually in a second, but they are just unbelievable. You could send these university teams to Commonwealth European Championships and they would hold their own. They are that good. Let's look at it now. The Loughborough team: Harriet Jones, Freya Colbert, Sophie de Groot, Cornelia Fiedkiewicz. The Stirling team next door inside the yellow lane ropes: Evie Davis, Lucy Grieve, Josephine Klein and Paige van der Westhues.
I mean, if Holly McGill is the one that brings it home for Stirling after getting the BUCS record tonight, that would cap the evening off, and you'd have to say it is Stirling's evening if she does it.
Here they come for the final time today. Athletes making their way towards the starting blocks.
In lane 0, Manchester 1. In lane 1, Stirling 2. In lane 2, Bath 1. In lane 3, Edinburgh. In lane 4, Loughborough. In lane 5, Stirling 1. In lane 6, Nottingham 1. In lane 7, Swansea. In lane 8, Birmingham 1. And in lane 9, Aberdeen 1. This is the female 200 metre freestyle team relay final.
Well, we mentioned Loughborough and Stirling in lanes 4 and 5 in the centre. Stirling have got 2 teams in this one: Turnbull, Marshman, Morgan and McGill in lane 1. Then I just picking up on Birmingham in lane number 8 as well: Mia Collier, Kirsten Powell, Julia Pavlik and Caris Roberts. And that's not to say any team can't win medals here, but just flicking through the names here, it's a phenomenal quality. And this is going to be an incredible 1 minute 45 seconds ish of swimming. Just sit back and enjoy this. We'll talk you through it. Kicking things off for Edinburgh, Katie Goodburn in 3, Harriet Rogers for Loughborough in 4, Evie Davis for Stirling in 5. Already 3 teams in the centre, just kicking on ever so slightly. Dickinson for Swansea in 7, Collier for Birmingham in 8. Annabelle Smith, in fact for Bath in 2, turns in 4th position. Loughborough and Stirling, the biggest of rivals. The men won the Loughborough men won their 4x50. The girls will want to do the same. They're going to take Lorraine Devine with them for Edinburgh in 3. Those are the 3 teams that turn first. Anna Farrow handing over for Bath, a strong position for them right now. Over in 7, Hannah Woodcock handed over for Swansea. On leg number 3, for Loughborough, Sophie de Groot, and for Stirling, Josephine Klein. They're continuing to lead, but they're not moving away from the field. In 7, Scarlett Major for Swansea. In 3, Kira Schlosson for Edinburgh. Such big names across the entire pool. The horn goes into the final leg. Taking the baton towards the line, Cornelia Fiedkiewicz for Loughborough. Paige van der Westhues for Stirling. They're your top 2, all to play for bronze right now. Jemima Hall for Bath, Isabel Wood for Edinburgh. Over in lane number 7, Amy Monks for Swansea. But back towards the front, and Cornelia Fiedkiewicz, a strong night, eggs it even better. Loughborough do the double on the 4x50. The men's and the women's titles, a 1:39.89. So close to their own BUCS record. Silver for Stirling, 1:42.07. And Bath take bronze. Strong performance from the team of Annabelle Smith, Anna Farrow, Jess Podger and Jemima Hall. What a way to end the night.
Yeah, caps off to Loughborough. They were just 1.5 seconds off their own BUCS record set in 2022. That was 1:38.38. They were not a million miles away from it at all. And when you look at the talent across that pool, doesn't that just exemplify just how strong Loughborough are? They reign supreme in the men's and in the women's. They conquer all in the relays tonight, but that does not take away from some of the outstanding individual displays from the rest of the teams that we've seen this evening on the second night of action at Ponds Forge here in Sheffield at the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2024, and haven't they once again been stupendous?
Just looking at the times from that final, I think every single team beat their heat time. Loughborough did it by 4 seconds, likewise Stirling. Just incredible. We've got one more day to go, of course, and we do have the medal presentations to come as well. Our in-venue announcers will run through those for you, but for the time being only, I must say a big thank you to our officials at poolside. It takes an army of volunteers for these events to run like this. It doesn't happen by accident. There's an amazing BUCS team joined by timekeepers, officials, and me and Jono, we get the best job in the world. We just get to sit here and sort of shout through it all. We do hope you've enjoyed it online. Thank you so much for joining us and all of your contributions on the South and the North Pool chats. We do it all again tomorrow. The timings, just to bring you up to speed on those. Final day of competition. We get earlier a little bit earlier, get underway a bit earlier, 9 o'clock tomorrow, as opposed to 9:30 that we've been used to the last couple of days. The middle session still starts at 12:10, and we kick off the finals tomorrow a bit earlier at 3:30. So wherever you're going now, whether you're staying at home, wherever you've been watching from, whether you're going back to hotels or uni accommodation, please get there safely. We'll see you tomorrow from 9 o'clock, but from Ponds Forge International Pond Centre and the BUCS Short Course Championships 2024. It is a big thank you and good night for now. See you tomorrow.
Glasses of milk for everyone all around afterwards, I think, and you should be milking every moment, and that's what we're going to introduce. Milk Every Moment, a new campaign to help students understand the benefit of milk on their sporting performance. An affordable, natural, versatile and widely available choice after exercise. Milk provides a whole host of nutrients, vitamins and minerals to help fuel your workouts. A great option if you are on a budget.
What's your favourite recipe to make using milk?
Mac and cheese. I can go with strawberry milk. Pancakes.
Yeah. Nice.
With that in mind, let's talk about milk, and BUCS being proud to promote the Milk Every Moment campaign.
Milk provides high quality protein which helps support muscle growth and repair, and B vitamins to assist with energy release. A glass of milk is great for refueling and repairing those tired muscles after a physical match.
It's now time for our victory ceremonies. Firstly, all our medals will be presented by the BUCS Head of Development, Amy Porter, and BUCS Head of Governance, Jess Melling. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the Para Open 100-meter freestyle. The bronze medal representing Stirling, Sam Downey. The silver medal representing East London, Rio Rogers. And the gold medal representing Swansea, Dylan Brew. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the Para Open 50-meter butterfly. The silver medal representing East London, Rio Rogers. And the gold medal representing Surrey, Andrasedi. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the open male 400-meter individual medley. The bronze medal representing Imperial College, Edward Marcel Whittles. The silver medal representing Loughborough, Max Litchfield. The gold medal and a new BUCS record, Charlie Hutchinson. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the female 400-meter individual medley. The bronze medal representing Plymouth, Beatrice Varley. The silver medal representing Loughborough, Lily Booker. And the gold medal representing Loughborough, Freya Colbert. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the open male 100-meter freestyle. The bronze medal representing Loughborough, Sophie de Groot. The silver medal representing Swansea, Amy Monks. And the gold medal representing Stirling, Evie Davis. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the open male 50-meter butterfly. The bronze medal representing Stirling, Brogan Hyde. The silver medal representing Swansea, Lewis Fraser. And the gold medal representing Bath, Josh Gammon. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the female 50-meter butterfly. Joint silver, firstly from Brunel to Lula Paisley. And from Loughborough, Laura Stevens. The gold medal representing Stirling, Lucy Green. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the open male 100-meter breaststroke. The bronze medal representing Edinburgh, Archie Goodburn. The silver medal representing Stirling, Rory Dixon. And the gold medal representing Loughborough, Greg Butler. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the female 100-meter breaststroke. The bronze medal representing Swansea, Camelia Stoimanova. The silver medal representing Loughborough, Lily Booker. And the gold medal representing Ed Napier, Adam Morgan. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the open male 200-meter backstroke. The bronze medal representing Bath, Hendrik van der Eest. The silver medal representing Birmingham, Oliver Morgan. And the gold medal representing Bath, Cam Brooker. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the female 200-meter backstroke. The bronze medal representing Loughborough, Freya Colbert. The silver medal representing Loughborough, Honey Osrin. And the gold medal representing Stirling, Holly McGill. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the open male 800-meter freestyle. The bronze medal representing Loughborough, Harry Wynne-Jones. The silver medal representing Loughborough, Tyler Melbourne-Smith. And the gold medal representing Loughborough, Daniel Whiffin. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the female 800-meter freestyle. The bronze medal representing Loughborough, Lucy Fox. The silver medal representing Loughborough, Lucy Hanquet. And the gold medal representing Loughborough, Fleur Lewis. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the open male 200-meter freestyle team. The bronze medalists, Leeds Beckett, represented by Jordan Cooley, Matthew Rooney, Sam Lawburn, and Charlie Broom. The silver medalists, Bath, represented by Matthew Ward, Rob Derbyshire, Josh Gammon, and Cam Brooker. The gold medalists, Loughborough, represented by Alex Cahoon, Calvin Fry, Maddox Roberts, and Tyler Melbourne Smith. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the female 200-meter freestyle team. The bronze medalists, Bath, represented by Annabelle Smith, Anna Farrow, Jess Podger, and Jemima Hall. The silver medalists, Sterling, represented by Evie Davis, Lucy Green, Josephine Klein, and Paige van der Westhus. And the gold medalists, Loughborough, represented by Harriet Rogers, Freya Colberts, Sophie de Glutz, and Cornelia Fidkowitz. Please put your hands together for your medalists. Please welcome the victory ceremony for the open male 100-meter freestyle. The bronze medal representing Loughborough, Calvin Fry. The silver medal representing Birmingham, Oliver Morgan. And the gold medal representing Leeds Beckett, Jordan Cooley. Please put your hands together for your medalists. And that concludes day 2 here at Ponds Forge for the BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships. Another brilliant day here in Sheffield at the Ponds Forge International Sports Centre. Day 3 tomorrow, our final day of these championships. Warm-up begins at 7:50 a.m. and swimming gets underway at 9 a.m. Thank you very much to everyone today for your brilliant support. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow morning. Thank you and good night.
Glasses of milk for everyone all around afterwards, I think, and you should be milking every moment, and that's what we're going to introduce. Milk Every Moment, a new campaign to help students understand the benefit of milk on their sporting performance. An affordable, natural, versatile and widely available choice after exercise. Milk provides a whole host of nutrients, vitamins and minerals to help fuel your workouts. A great option if you are on a budget.
What's your favourite recipe to make using milk?
Mac and cheese. I was gonna go with strawberry milk. Pancakes.
Yeah. Nice.
With that in mind, let's talk about milk and BUCS being proud to promote the Milk Every Moment campaign.
Milk provides high quality protein which helps support muscle growth and repair, and B vitamins to assist with energy release. A glass of milk is great for refueling and repairing those tired muscles after a physical match.